Have you ever thought of your kitchen as a pharmacy? Not the kind lined with bottles and pills, but one stocked with colors, textures, and flavors. Because every bite you take is either fighting disease or feeding it. This is the foundation of what we call food as medicine. Now, when most people hear medicine, they think of something bitter, something swallowed reluctantly. But real medicine, God's medicine, comes in the form of crisp apples, vibrant greens, hearty grains, juicy berries, and nourishing beans. It comes in food that not only satisfies hunger, but restores balance, boosts immunity, and gives the body the tools it needs to heal itself. Let's pause and ask, why does this work? Why is a plant-based, alkaline-rich diet so powerful? The answer is simple. Your body is a miracle machine, designed with the innate ability to heal, detoxify, and regenerate. But it can only do that if it's given the right fuel. Imagine pouring dirty oil into a car engine and then wondering why it sputters and breaks down. That's exactly what happens when we overload our bodies with processed foods, sugar, animal fats, and artificial additives. On the other hand, when we eat clean, plant-based whole foods, it's like pouring in the purest oil, the finest fuel. The engine runs smoothly, efficiently, and for years longer. Let's break it down. First, immunity. Most of your immune system lives in your gut. Think about that. Your body's defense system depends on what you put into your stomach. Fiber-rich foods like vegetables, legumes, and whole grains act like a broom, sweeping away toxins and feeding the good bacteria in your gut. These bacteria are your allies. They produce compounds that strengthen immunity, reduce inflammation, and even boost mood. When you eat plants, you are literally training your body to fight disease better. Second, detoxification. Your liver is the great detoxifier, always working to clean your blood and neutralize toxins. But it can only do so much if it's overloaded with heavy fats, alcohol, and processed foods. Plant foods, especially greens, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, cabbage, and antioxidant-rich fruits, provide the nutrients your liver needs to do its job. They don't just reduce the toxic load, they help your body flush it out. Third, longevity. Have you ever wondered why the longest living populations in the world, the so-called blue zones, share one common trait? They eat mostly plants, whether it's beans in Costa Rica, sweet potatoes in Okinawa, or lentils in the Mediterranean. These cultures thrive on foods that are simple, natural, and close to the earth. The result? Lower rates of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Longer life, but more importantly, better life. Energy, clarity, vitality into old age. Now let's talk about the word alkaline. This doesn't mean eating baking soda or drinking special waters. It means choosing foods that leave behind minerals and compounds that reduce acidity in the body. Things like magnesium, potassium, and calcium that you find in greens, vegetables, fruits, and legumes. An alkaline-leaning diet lowers inflammation, strengthens bones, supports muscle recovery, and protects against the chronic diseases that thrive in acidic environments. It's not about eliminating everything overnight, it's about shifting the balance. Every time you swap a soda for water with lemon, every time you choose a salad over fast food, every time you pick beans over processed meat, you're giving your body a gift. Let me tell you a story. A woman once came to Lifeline Wellness struggling with fatigue, digestive problems, and high blood sugar. She'd tried medications, but nothing seemed to truly change her health. When she began eating a simple plant-based diet, fresh vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and fruit, something incredible happened. Within days, her digestion improved. Within weeks, her energy returned. Within months, her lab numbers shifted in a way she hadn't seen in years. This isn't magic, this is biology. The body knows how to heal when you stop fighting it and start fueling it. And here's the beautiful part. Food as medicine doesn't mean bland or boring. It means colorful curries, hearty stews, fresh salads bursting with flavor, smoothies rich with fruit, roasted vegetables that caramelize to perfection. It means joy in the kitchen and joy at the table. Now someone may ask, but don't I need meat for protein? The truth is, plants provide more than enough protein. Lentils, beans, chickpeas, tofu, nuts, seeds, and whole grains all deliver it in abundance. And unlike animal protein, they don't bring along cholesterol or saturated fats that clog arteries and inflame the body. Another question, Isn't it expensive to eat plant-based? In reality, some of the cheapest foods on the planet, beans, rice, oats, potatoes, seasonal vegetables, are plant-based staples. They're affordable, nourishing, and can feed a family better than processed alternatives. Food as medicine is not a diet, it's a lifestyle. It's not about restriction, it's about liberation. Liberation from cravings that control you. Liberation from numbers on a lab report that climb year after year. Liberation from the cycle of short-term fixes that never last. Friends, the fork is one of the most powerful tools of healing you will ever hold. 3 times a day, you have the chance to choose medicine over poison, life over disease, energy over fatigue. So here's the invitation. Start small. Add an extra serving of greens to your dinner. Replace one processed snack with a piece of fruit. Try a meatless day each week. Notice how your body feels. Lighter, clearer, more alive. Over time, these small changes add up to big results. Your immunity strengthens, your body detoxifies naturally, your energy soars, your mind sharpens, and your whole life begins to expand in ways you didn't think possible. At Lifeline, we've seen it for more than 2 decades. When people embrace plant-based living, they don't just add years to their life. They add life to their years. Because food is not just calories. It is information. It tells your body what to do. And when you give your body the right information, healing follows. So the next time you sit down to eat, remember, you're not just feeding hunger, you're feeding immunity, you're feeding detox, you're feeding longevity. Download Lifeline app to get nourishing plant-based diet recipes and your weekly diet plans for a healthy and joyful life. Food is medicine, and your plate is the prescription.